this is what we looked at last time in our live stream, and lambs have been off here since Saturday just gone. I did a bit of a rough back calculation, and I think we got about 2.4 tonnes of dry matter off a hectare in terms of our first grazing. So I thought 3 tonnes, so I was a little bit overestimated, but there's a little bit more material that did get knocked down. But what's fascinating here already is just the regrowth. We've got the chicory bouncing back, we've got the clovers coming back already, we've got our rafno coming up, shooting again. You can see they've eaten right down. There's that little one stinging nettle there out the way. They've chewed right into it there, and they've come back. And I talked before about the tensile strength, I guess the high NDF of those ryegrasses. I can grab one of these stems and the same effort. Yeah, that's why the lambs can eat this. It's just easy to eat, low fibre, high energy. This crop here again will be, it's going to end up being another 25 to 30% protein, and will probably be near 12 ME. You know, this sort of stuff here, this chicory is going to be absolutely magnificent. So this has actually just bounced back unbelievably. So I'm wrapped because I know that I reckon in around about sort of 5 weeks time I'll be back here and grazing this again. Even if we don't get any rain, there's enough moisture here. We had 73 millimetres towards the end of November in a 2-week period. The chicory, the rafno, some of these deeper rooted things we've put in here, they will now chase that moisture down and keep using it. So that's a real advantage that we've got here. Claire asked me before, she said, Dad, can you just talk about maybe what it is that, you know, how it is that someone who hasn't started could do this? And I sort of thought, well, Claire, probably the easiest answer for that is, number one is you make the decision. You decide you're going to do it, and you do it early. So, you know, we sow this 12th of September. So we don't wait until we're well into spring. We do it as soon as we think spring's turning. We're into it to make it work. It's a pretty simple system. As I said, you know, I just got a single disc 14 row seeder on a 3-point linkage, just a small boom spray, because we haven't got a large area here where we run our lambs, but nothing too technical. And I think that the better the gear, the better the result. So we've got a really good result with some pretty basic gear. So it's certainly achievable for anyone. 150 kilos of DAP went on this, but that's my choice to use that fertiliser. You certainly could be using, say, for example, some of the organic type products, and that if you were that way inclined. It's just a matter of getting enough nutrient on to really get that up and away response for me. So that's what I had as my goal. But honestly, I'm wrapped with what we've got coming back, because it has just lifted unbelievably. Interesting from a grazing point of view, we talked about the fact that we had species in here with different heights, and we were allowing us to use more space above the ground. We talk about using different root depths below the ground, but here we're talking about also using space above the ground. When these lambs came in here, the first things they grazed were things like the rye corn and the tillage radish, the flowering tillage radish. They knocked those heads off, and then they started to experiment with things like the rafno and that, which were that next level, and the Titan forage rape, and they actually grazed that down. And once they opened up the canopy, then they started to get into these next layers. So you can see I haven't topped this, but it's actually really a pretty even take across this whole paddock. So they've grazed it down to that, and I made the decision. I could have left the lambs on here longer, but we wanted to draft up ram lambs to ewe lambs anyway, so that was a bit of motivation. But more to the point, when you see the next paddock, I really needed to get on and graze that. It was just getting away on me too much in the last couple of weeks. So we've got the lambs in there. So let's go and have a look at that next paddock.